gamers! I have arrived! My face is red, and I am dead. The only reason my face looks this red is because I fucked up my green screen settings, so now it's taking all of the fucking color out of my face. So I look like I fucking burned my entire visage. Let me turn my light down and see if that helps. Boop. Boop. Ooh. Green screen's going a bit Friday Night Fuzz in there. We'll see what happens. Anyway, welcome to the GRYITH Show, the best show on this channel on a Monday. Thank you for joining me here again for another fucking moment. What do we have to talk about today, I wonder? I wonder indeed. Let's fucking find out, shall we? What's happened in the last week? There's been a couple things. In fact, there's been a few things, big, small. There's been a good couple of stories for us to talk about. So, Jessa, you cut out for the beginning of that, so can you leave, come back, and then say the line again?
What about medium-sized, huh?
Oh my god! Special guest, Frog!
It's me, the frog.
Does that say look up?
What?
Oh no, it says Coroblin. It's really small on my stream preview. I thought it just said look up on your username. I don't know. Right.
I mean, I can change it. Look. The froggy frog. Frog.
That is the froggy frog, to be fair. But right now, we're not here. Stop this fucking messing around, shall we? Let's talk about serious fucking business, huh?
Oh, I'm frightened now. I might have to go. I'm a bit of a shy frog.
No, you're not leaving. You're not hopping anywhere. You froggy fuck. Let's see what our first story is. So, according to IGN, Italia, the Italian IGN,
yeah,
when they plugged in their new Xbox headset that came out recently,
yeah,
they had a notification on their Xbox saying your VR headset needs updating. You are having you have an exact response that everyone else had. It doesn't really mean anything. It means that Xbox has been maybe looking into VR, but it doesn't really mean much, does it? And that's why it's our first story today. It's always a small one to disappoint you, because I want you to get into the feel of the GRYITH Show, which is constant disappointment. Let's move on. Jade Raymond has opened a new Montreal-based studio. If you've all forgotten, Jade Raymond used to work for Ubisoft, and after she left Ubisoft, she worked for one of the big studios for Stadia. But seeing as all of those studios got shut down recently, honestly, props to Jade Raymond for setting up a whole new studio in like 2 weeks, right? It's good shit. Anyway, they're working on an original new IP for PlayStation as an exclusive. Pretty dope. Next up, just this one was brought to my attention by you. Beat Saber released its OST 4 pack, the fourth OST pack, OST number 4. It is also 4 songs long, which is a bit disappointing. The first OST pack was 15 songs, the second one was 10 songs, the third one was 7 songs, this one's 4 songs. At which point do we just get individual song releases, you know? Yeah. I've played through it. It's fine. It's just more Beat Saber, isn't it? Moving on. We have some stuff to say about fucking Disco Elysium, because they released a lot of information about what's going to be in the director's cut when that releases, including the official game soundtrack, full voice acting, Scroll down, please. Full voice acting, improved playability, more freedom, more role playing, new fucking quests, new textures, a free upgrade for people who already own the game. It looks pretty dope. Last week we reported on the Bethesda being fucking acquired by Microsoft. And what happened? And I was like, fuck, they just released 20 fucking Bethesda games on Game Pass. How can they we're probably not going to hear from Game Pass for a while, so I haven't even been thinking about Game Pass. But early last week, they fucking announced that EA fucking Play is coming to Game Pass, and it started the day after this was posted. Like, Game Pass doesn't fucking stop. It's almost hard to fucking deal with. So I repeat, I know I say it every week, but it's really important because Crackdown / Skyrim crossover is what we're waiting for. It's true. And I've said this before, I say it every week. If you have a PC or an Xbox, especially if you have an Xbox, but if you have a PC, a gaming PC, and you aren't fucking subscribed to Game Pass, you are literally a fucking moron. Like, this is the best fucking deal in gaming right now. £1 for 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate. You get fucking Discord Nitro, you get Spotify Premium, you get Disney Plus, you get EA Play, and all of the games that are on Game Pass, including all of Bethesda's library, fucking every Microsoft exclusive, and oh fuck, no, I put this too late. Oh fuck, where is it? Everyone look away from the screen, everyone.
I think we need a fuck counter.
You need a fuck counter? Fuck
The
you.
amount of times you've said fucking and fuck in the last 3 minutes has been insane.
Fuck you.
Alright,
here's the second part of the story, because fucking not only he's shilling for Microsoft now. Look, I don't even need to shill. I'm literally just telling you like the truth. This is the
service.
like, and oh my god, like there's so much shit I fucking forget. If you fucking have Game Pass Ultimate, if you
fucking have that.
If you fucking have Game Pass Ultimate and you have an Android phone, you can stream all of the Game Pass games, including all of the Bethesda games and all of the EA Play games, to your fucking phone with all of your save games from your PC. Like why are people so fucking quick to dismiss this shit? Also, Game Pass recently got versions of Nier Automata and The Evil Within, but people have noticed that they're not just the old PC versions, they are new, improved PC versions. They are better PC ports of Nier and The Evil Within. In fact, a speedrunner for The Evil Within has said that the fucking Game Pass version is basically a remaster. You can read this if you want. Like, it's fucking, there's some insane shit that Game Pass is doing right now, and like it doesn't fucking end. See, that was Game Pass manifest. Like fucking, it's insane. Last week the Bethesda thing, now the fucking EA Play thing. Can they actually stop, please? Like, I'm actually begging. I have a fucking PS5 set back there. Jess, when was the last time we played a PS5 game?
I played the whole of The Last Guardian.
No. I was gonna say, that's a PS4 game. When was the last time we played a PS5 game?
But there aren't any.
Yeah, there's fucking Spider-Man, Demon Souls, and Spider-Man's available on PS4 too. Sackboy? Like, don't get me wrong. Fucking PlayStation 5 has 3 exclusives. Xbox has none. But they make up for it with literally the best service in gaming. Not even in gaming, the best subscription service that you can buy right now, that money can buy right now. Like, I'm not even fucking kidding. But I've fucking shilled for Microsoft enough today. That's enough. I don't even fucking have an Xbox.
Fucking. You're saying fucking every other word.
You can tell when I'm very tired and exhausted, because I have
You
to.
can, because your
have to
entire
fill up.
vocabulary becomes
true.
fucking.
Just, you know what? So that I can get a rest.
Yeah.
Why don't you do this story for me?
Okay. 10 free games to download this spring. PlayStation has launched a campaign called Play at Home, which is using the classic Boris Johnson moment, stay at home, to give you free games. And this isn't a PS Plus exclusive, you just get them. If you have a PlayStation device, you can just have these games. Just go on the store and just claim them. They're released them month by month, new ones every month. It's very cool. Game, I think. And these are all really good games too. Josh's highlighter in Horizon Zero Dawn. I haven't played that game, so I don't really have much of an opinion. But it's meant to be good.
It's the best one on this list, except maybe Subnautica. That's a good game.
That's a very good game. I love Subnautica.
Now time for Google Stadia shilling. I think we have one shill moment for Stadia this week, actually. So, oh, that's the GRYITH show. That's the GRYITH show classic. Yeah, play at home. A lot of these are just like indie games that kind of need the boost anyway. A lot of VR games here, but it's cool that everyone with a PlayStation account can get these games. Not even if you're on PlayStation Plus, as Jess said wonderfully. I mean, you've already been able to get Ratchet and Clank, but that's not available anymore. April 19th, March 25th. Oh, that's in like 3 days. Damn. The Domino's Meat Feast of GRYITH show content. Oh, God. It's true. It's true. But moving on. Here's an advert that came out for the second part of Doom Eternal: The Old Gods. I'm not going to play this trailer because this trailer has spoilers for part 1 of the DLC, and I can't guarantee that anyone who watches this won't have will have played it. This has some pretty major spoilers for the first part of the DLC. It's weird that they'd assume that everyone's already played it. That's kind of weird, but you know what? I'm just happy to be getting more Doom. Dying Light 2 got its first update in a fucking year. And what did they update it with? What did they tell us? What did they want to say? Nothing. The first half of this update video is them being like, haha, guys, we know you've been saying we haven't been doing any updates. And then they stand in this room and say, guys, this game is gonna be fucking epic. It's gonna be really cool. The whole team, we've been getting used to the new normal. And, you know, we're making a video game. It's called Dying Light 2. And then I think they, here they show like a 20-second fucking advert that, I want to say very clearly, most of the clips in this advert we've already seen. People, journalists like Alana Pierce, who have seen early versions of this, who else? Jason Schreier, people like that, who have seen early versions of this game, say that it's like gonna fucking move the whole gaming industry forward. Like, this game is gonna be doing some crazy shit. You wouldn't know it watching these fucking boring, generic trailers. Look at this. Wow. Ooh, is that The Division? Oh, wow. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners? Ooh. Oh, wow. Evolve over here? Cool. Like, I'm only this upset because I fucking love Dying Light, and I want this fucking game to come out. And this told me, I was excited for this update, and they didn't fucking say anything. They at least confirm the game is still coming out this year, or do they? This doesn't mean anything. It's just the number 2021. That could be a fucking special code to get a fucking press kit on the website. That could be the date that they're going to do the second update. I'm upset. I'm upset about this. Moving on. We've got our first look at the PSVR 2 controllers. Now, I want to remind you, the PSVR 1 is a miracle. Someone in Sony sold their soul to the devil to get that thing to work. I have my PS3 here in front of me. which means that I also have my PlayStation Move. This is a PlayStation 3 peripheral. This PlayStation 3 peripheral is what they used as their VR controllers for the PSVR. In fact, everything about the PSVR was old tech that they fucking hodgepodge together into a VR system. The only new tech was the actual headset itself. Both controllers were just old things they used to have. The camera was the fucking at the time defunct PS4 camera that you could buy, and all of the software that at launch for PSVR were shoddy VR versions of pre-existing PS4 games. It was a Frankenstein's monster of things, and it should not have worked. How do you make this a VR controller? But it worked. It worked surprisingly well. But I'm really glad that they're going hard on VR. I know that for a time, PlayStation VR was the most popular VR headset on the planet. That was up until the end of the lifespan for the Quest 1, and now the Quest 2 is the most popular VR headset in the world. But the PlayStation VR is still really popular. I want to be clear on that. People still buy this. I've got a lot of games on PSVR. I don't have my PSVR anymore. Once I got my Quest, I just never used it, so I sold it. Some interesting tidbits about this. These do have the haptic vibration thingies from the DualSense controller on the PS5. They also have the adaptive triggers from the DualSense controller on PS5. These could be really interesting things. Imagine you go to pick something up in VR. Say, picture this. Are you picturing? Jesse, picturing?
I'm picturing.
So picture this. There is a squishy bouncy ball in front of you in VR, right? You go to pick it up. You have to click the grip button and the trigger in order to pick it up in VR. The grip button and the trigger on the new PSVR controllers are both the DualSense triggers. So when you squeeze on it, it'll feel really squeezy, you know?
Yeah.
That has some real potential, you know, I think. Picture this. Okay. The big weakness of the DualSense's fucking triggers right now, give me a moment. The big weakness of the DualSense's triggers right now is that they don't feel at home on a console controller. Like, it simulates what it actually feels like to pull the trigger on a gun really nicely, but it doesn't feel like I'm holding a gun when I'm holding a controller. But it does feel like I'm holding a gun when I hold a VR controller. I think that the PSVR controllers are the perfect place to put these adaptive triggers.
Yeah.
I think it's a smart move.
It's very smart.
And I'm really excited to see this. Yeah, look at this. Finger touch detection. Yeah, this is the exciting one. This is a really exciting one. Not only has it got the grip button, right? It also has finger touch detection, similar to the index controllers. So it knows where each of your fingers are, basically. Tracking. It's tracked through the headset. Yeah, it's tracked through the headset. It's got inside-out tracking, which is basically becoming the new normal. The GRYITH button, true. Yeah, that's becoming the new normal with VR. Inside-out tracking. It's been the main barrier to getting people to buy it. That and the price. Price going down and not having to literally modify your entire room in order to use VR are the two things that have pushed VR into the mainstream, I think. You know? Like, look at, like, 4 years ago, you wanted to buy a Vive that is, like, £800, and you have to drill these fucking tracking things into your ceiling, right? 2 years later, the Quest releases, full inside-out tracking, portable headset, that you can also plug into your computer, £300. Works straight out the box. Like, That's been the main thing, and I think PlayStation's smart to have done this. Yeah, because having it tracked from one camera in front of you is awful, because it means whenever you turn around to reach something behind you, you lose tracking on that hand. Awful, terrible. So having it from the headset, because you're usually looking at where your hands are, you know? Your hands usually are within like a 90-degree field of view of where you are, so as long as the cameras cover that, which they do on the Quest, you're fine, you know? Anyway, I've talked about this long enough. Moving on. Project Aether finally got a reveal at the Square Enix event. A lot of things happened at the Square Enix event. Honestly, the Square Enix event was probably better than the Nintendo Direct a few weeks ago. But the thing I wanted to talk about here is Project Aether has been announced to its proper title, which is Forspoken. Jess, you really like the look of this game, right? Forspoken.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
I think visually it looks amazing. And the idea of this, I'm a big fan of the idea of fantasy meets contemporary. So, you know, this could be really cool. It looks like a mix of like Final Fantasy 15 meets fucking Control. Yeah, Final Fantasy 15 meets Control, which looks pretty dope. Play Control if you haven't already. It's on Game Pass, no excuse. Gotham Knights, which had a teaser trailer and then we didn't hear anything about it, has been delayed. Not surprising. We've had some news on Marvel's Avengers from the Square Enix thing. We learned that Black Panther is coming to the game. Hawkeye also recently came to the game. And Spider-Man is being developed, but is going to be releasing after Black Panther. Xbox Game Pass isn't available in Makashi. That is fucking sad. That is so sad. I'm so sorry for your loss, because that is a loss. That's a big L, and I'm very sorry about that. Hopefully it'll come up north towards you at some point. But yeah, I'm not going to talk about the Avengers for too long, because I'm the only fucking human being on the planet who's played that game. Next up, we're talking about... What the fuck? This isn't meant to be here. Put that over there. Anyway. So, if you have spoken to me in the last couple of days, you'll know that I have spent the last... Well, that's not true. I spent last night and part of this afternoon doing some changes to my PS3. Totally, mostly legal, I promise. Why have I done that? Well, actually, I was doing it out of spite. But now I'm especially doing it out of spite because today it was announced. Well, it wasn't announced. But it's been reported, and it should be announced pretty soon, that the PS3, Vita, and PSP stores are going to be permanently closed in the next few months. At first, I was like, that's fine. I have bought digitally all of the games I'm going to buy digitally on a PS3 and a PS Vita. And after the PSP store closed down, you can't access the PSP store anymore. But after the PSP store closed down, like, I could still download things. PlayStation still let me download things. But, and that's fine. I'm fine with that. Personally, I'm fine with that. This is a shit move for, like, games preservation in general. Sony's always been really cool with games preservation, keeping these things up. But, well, I guess fuck that, right? But, the fact that PSP is also mentioned in this article is a bit worrying to me. Because as far as I was aware, the PSP store has been closed for like 2 years. Meaning that the implication is that it could be the case that you won't be able to download games that you've already purchased anymore. Which is terrifying, because I can't store all of my games on my fucking systems. I would need to get external hard drives and shit, and I don't want to or can't afford to do that. So I'm probably just going to have to fucking lose out. Live with the memories. It does say in the article, you will no longer be able to purchase digital copies of games or DLC. And that implies that you'll still be able to download things, but there's no way to know. The big bad thing here is you will no longer be able to get DLC. And a lot of games from the PS3 generation were when companies were really starting to experiment with what you could do with DLC. So a lot of games require you to download DLC. And a lot of games, the best content is in the DLC. Look at Borderlands 2. So the best content in that game is Tiny Tina's Assault and Dragon Keep. And you just won't be able to get it on PS3 anymore if you get a new copy on your PS3. I don't know why someone would be buying a new copy of Borderlands 3 for PS3, but, you know, it's possible. It's a real shame, though, and it's a shame to see the Vita dying. I still use my Vita every single day. I use my PS3 every single day, too. I got my PS3 plugged in right here, as I mentioned earlier. But it's really sad to see these things that I use every day of my life going. It's legit sad. But as I said, on a personal level, I've gotten everything I want out of these services. And as I said, this is still terrible for games preservation, but I am mostly worried about myself. Moving on. Stadia. Someone set off the Stadia alarm. Jess, go. Stadia alarm.
Beep, 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 beep.
Thank you. Resident Evil 7 is going to be free on Stadia Pro. And this isn't just Resident Evil 7. This is Resident Evil 7 Gold Edition. Resident Evil 7 Gold Edition is going to be free if you have Stadia Pro starting on April 1st. Pretty epic. If you haven't played Resident Evil 7, please do. One of my favorite games. Love that game. But they also announced that if you pre-order Resident Evil 8 on Stadia, you get a free Stadia Premier Edition. That is one of those fucking controllers and a Chromecast and a 3 months of Stadia Pro. So, what more could you want? Stadia on May 7th. Yeah, no, that's right. In my head I was like, is it coming out early on Stadia? No, I was getting my dates mixed up. But yeah, let's see. Let's see the link. Come on. Whoa, Resident Evil Village. Look at that. Look at that. And that's it for all of our gaming stories. I'm not going to talk about Stadia that much. Don't worry. Don't worry. I saw my viewer count shoot down. Don't worry. I saw that. Moving on to film and TV news. Toucan Bertie got a new clip.
Yeah.
I'm glad that it's still getting a second season. Let's hope it comes out soon, and let's hope there'll be a way for us to watch it. Gonna head to bed soon. Sounds good. Sleep is good. Venom Let There Be Carnage has been delayed. I'm sorry, I should have warned you for that one. Let me try again. Is everyone ready for this? Venom Let There Be Carnage has been delayed to September the 17th, 2021. I'm so sorry. See, Flub, I'm so sorry. But Venom, we're gonna have to wait to see who the fucking guy. Okay, Google, who is the fucking guy in the Hunger Games?
My apologies. I don't understand.
Okay, Google, who's gonna be acting Carnage in Venom?
According to Wikipedia, Woody Harrelson is...
Yeah, Woody Harrelson. I can't believe it fucking got it based on that. Jesus Christ. Woody Harrelson, there it is. Shut up.
To find out more,
Hey, Google,
the link in your...
shut the fuck up. Anyway, can't wait to see Woody Harrelson doing whatever the fuck he's going to be doing in that movie. Next up, Meet the Monsters got a first look at some of its new characters. Meet the Monsters, of course, being the exclusive Disney Plus series based on Monsters, Inc. It was originally pitched as an The Office style mockumentary series, but likely has been changed because that was 4 years ago. Here's a character, Taylor Tuskman, Fritz, Val, Little. I mean, we don't know anything about his characters yet outside of their these short descriptions and their designs. Duncan. You can kind of get some. You can kind of guess. Oh man, they're bringing back Billy Crystal and John Goodman. I was worried about that. Anyway, you can kind of guess some stuff about these guys. He's probably a villain. Probably a fucking side character. Probably one of the main characters. Probably a secondary character. Oh, definitely either a background character or like a boss character who sits behind a desk in every scene that he's in. Anyway, that's all we know. That's all we know. Oh, actually, Mike and Sully's still around. The primary protagonist is a new character named Taylor Tuskman. This is the fucking protagonist? He's boring. That's a boring design. Who finds himself part of the Monsters Inc. facilities team. Miffed.
That sounds bad. Something about that sounds wrong.
Get a good look at Taylor and... Wait, sorry, the facilities team? Is this just going to be Star Trek The Lower Decks? Is that what this is going to be? Oh man, that's lame. Moving on. We have a couple stories this week that are kind of like random headline generation. His randomly generated headline number 1: Ace Ventura 3 in development from Sonic the Hedgehog writers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is going to be like Bill and Ted and Indiana Jones and every movie that's made like 15 years after the original. Jim Carrey's too old to play Ace Ventura, right? Am I fucking crazy? Like, don't get me wrong, Jim Carrey can still do physical performances really well, as shown in Sonic, but I don't know, man. Moving on. Second randomly generated headline of the week: Jamie Foxx to play Mike Tyson in limited series with Antoine... I don't want to risk pronouncing that. And Martin Scorsese is going to be directing it. This has come out of nowhere. I didn't even know this was fucking happening. Anyway, sounds cool though. Don't get me wrong. This sounds like it could be interesting. But yeah, moving on. Zack Snyder's Justice League came out. Jess, what's your review of Zack Snyder's Justice League?
I definitely had a good time sitting on my phone with some background noise for 4 hours.
Okie dokie. If you want to see my review of Zack Snyder's Justice League, go to my Letterboxd. Letterboxd.com/GRYITH. Actually, is it that? I don't know how late it work. Oh my god, it worked. Wow, Letterboxd is a better designed website than I thought. Shocking. Anyway, moving on. Capcom is very confident with the massive success of Monster Hunter World. I don't remember why I had this here. Moving on, I'm not going to talk about this. If I don't remember why I had an article, I'm not going to make up some shit about it. We have a couple things about Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City, a film that I always forget is coming out. The first one is this lovely... Wait. This lovely poster that came out today. Yeah, well, we'll get to that. This lovely poster that came out today.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
I sourced that for you because I'm epic.
True. But this quote here really piqued my interest. The idea in my head of a fucking Resident Evil movie in the style of John Carpenter, that makes me fucking cream. Like, I'm right now, you can't see it, it's out of frame, I'm creaming my fucking pants.
You gotta mark this stream as adult.
Why?
The amount of times you've said that, like, you've said fuck, and you just said that.
The kids can handle it. They're grown. The internet's a mature place. Anyway, oh, look at this. Assault on Precinct 13 and The Fog. I don't see The Fog inspiration for Resident Evil. I don't know how that would translate. In terms of getting the feel for Welcome to Raccoon City. I'm a huge Carpenter fan, and I really took to that. The way he tells these claustrophobic siege movies. And I took movies like Assault on Precinct 13 and The Fog, and those disparate group of characters coming together under siege, and I took that as my filmic inspiration. That excites me. I still have yet to rewatch Assault on Precinct 13. I went through and rewatched like most of Carpenter's filmography last year before. Still have yet to rewatch Assault on Precinct 13 because it's impossible to get hold of. It really is. That film was impossible to get hold of. Anyway, moving on. This is from 1 hour ago. Exciting news, says Netflix. Keanu Reeves. Netflix is developing a live-action film and follow-up anime series based on Keanu Reeves' Berserker, a brutally epic saga about an immortal warrior's 80,000-year fight through the ages. Reeves will produce and star in the film and voice the anime. Like, is Keanu Reeves just going to be... Do you remember when Keanu Reeves was in The Matrix? And then he spent, like, the next 10 years of his career trying desperately not to be pigeonholed as the action movie guy, and now he's the action movie guy, you know? Like, good for him for embracing it, but like, come on, man, what do you want?
Those replies.
Corporations are just like us, everyone. Moving on. We have one more story today. A MISC story. Facebook showed off how they're going to use their neural wristbands with AR glasses. It's very exciting stuff. There we go.
With AR devices, we're asking the question, how do we build a computing platform that is truly human-centric?
Yeah, there you go.
Facebook Reality Labs is a pillar of Facebook that's dedicated to bringing AR and VR.
Wait, can you move yourself around the screen for me? Sorry.
Every single new computing era requires new input devices, the set of interactions that really make this possible.
Yeah.
The key here is to communicate with our computers in a way that is intuitive at an entirely new level. The wrist is a great starting point for us technologically because it opens up new and dynamic forms of control. This
You
is
part
where
the AR,
technologies
they're seeing
like
you.
EMG come into play.
Neural interfaces, when they work right, and we still have a lot of work to go here, feel like magic.
So if you send a control to your muscle saying, I want to move my finger, it starts in your brain, it goes down
you? Are you
your
laterally?
spine,
That's
to
me.
the motor neurons.
Hello.
This is an electrical system, so you should be able to
So
grab
yeah,
that
basically,
electrical signal
like I'm
from
gonna
the
TLDR this. It's exactly what it sounds like. Neural wristband. It detects the electrical impulses from your brain going to your hand, and like they do the classic tech company thing where they're like, so yeah, it feels the when you tense the certain tendons in your arm. But also it detects the minute electron impulse. Like they try and big it up to make it sound more like mystical and crazy and technological than it is, you know?
Yeah.
It's a thing that a lot of tech companies do,
Move
I
this
don't know.
cursor up or move it left. Well, normally I would do that by actually moving. But here, you're able to move that cursor left. And it's because you and the
Because if they
machine
say it
agree
in
which
scientific
neurons
jargon
move
that
left,
people
which
don't
neurons move
understand,
right.
it sounds cooler than it is. Like, I hate nature documentaries where they're like, oh, this animal senses the vibrations in the air
Yeah.
and knows where to go. It's like it's listening.
Everything starts
Yeah.
It's just using us.
The intelligent click is the ability to do these highly contextual actions in a very low friction manner.
It's kind of the purest form
Right.
of superpower. You are in control,
Yeah. So they talk a lot
For example,
about.
if I'm cooking-
So basically, the main thing that I got from this is that they've created this really cool, really innovative interface, like way of interfacing with these AR things, right? I did notice though, considering this is meant to be an AR thing, they don't appear to have actually developed an AR headset yet.
Yeah,
They're
they
like-
have the Oculus thing they've been working towards. but I don't think that's
They-
anyway.
It's
They're
like
done yet.
it's like me making a company and being like, we've made the best keyboard you've ever seen in your life. With the interfaces that we're imagining, this keyboard will make it so you only need one button to do everything on your computer, and everything will work perfectly, and it will be the best experience you've ever had. We have yet to make the computer, but we're pretty sure this keyboard's gonna work well with it when we make it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of pulling some.
The risk
Oh, no, let's see the
the
animation.
interface could ask me, would you like
Whoa.
to start boiling the water?
Who has a smart
The
kettle?
risk can also be a spot where the technology
I
is
don't
committed.
know.
Also, Americans don't have kettles, so you know they're already
Yeah.
lost.
This is
We wondered, as you pull back the bowstring on a bow, if we tied that not to the tension growing on people's fingers, but rather squeezing on the wrist, would it add to that experience, like you're pulling back the bowstring? The answer is yes.
What? So the
That
fucking
feature
wristband's gonna
really is the
squeeze on your arm?
is
It's gonna
seamlessly
ah!
integrated into your day-to-day
Gonna give you
life.
blood pressure.
The next computing platform is the mixed reality platform, the one that really totally blends your virtual environment and your real environment in a seamless way.
we're in this moment where we can move from
It's a cool idea, but again,
together.
these are all just wacky animations. These don't actually
You
like
type
represent
faster on
anything
it
that these
than
people are
anybody else
seeing.
in the world could type on
You
your
know?
keyboard.
Like, how are
Everyone
we
is
seeing
enabled
this
the ability
these
to not have to
interfaces?
focus
You know?
on a computer on a phone and be able to
What
still
are we
interact with
using to
people.
see
It's going to
this?
open up a new generation
Again,
of
I think it's the Oculus like AR glasses they're working on.
Surely
Computing
that's the
experiences
thing you should get done first, and then figure out how to
Yeah.
control it. I know. Yeah. Well, anyway, that's actually our final story for the day. So, Jess, do you have anything else you want to talk about on the show?
Gaming.
Please don't talk about gaming on the show. This is a serious tech show, only tech. Do you have any tech news to talk about?
Gaming keyboard.
Oh, go on. Is there a new gaming keyboard?
RGB.
Thanks for coming to the show, everyone. See you in hell.
That's not very nice.
I'll see you next time.
Yeah.